Hey guys, I'm back, and this video should be a short one. I just got some really cool new materials in, and it got me thinking about some of the projects that I have coming up and some of the things I want to do, and glow in the dark. So, yeah, glow in the dark stuff in front of you. Let's look at some of the cool stuff. This is just some of the stuff I got, and I got a whole bunch of stuff from USA Knife Maker and Knife Kits. This is still kind of rough cut and not finished right now, but this is a pine cone. What do they call it? Sapphire cone, pine cone stuff, but it's like basically cool resin, like with an actual pine cone in it. And so like every time you cut down the block to make a scale out of it, you get like a different pattern. I think that's going to look really cool on some of the stuff we have coming up. I think they call this Sapphire Wave, and this is what a finished side looks like. So you can see it's got that metallic look to it. That is a glow-in-the-dark ribbon or wave, and this is an unfinished side, so this was like the end of the block that I cut. And I actually like the look of both. I kind of like the unfinished look of it too. But we're gonna do all sorts of fun stuff with this. And then this is a both sides of this is cut from the middle, so I don't have the finished side to show you, but this is like a black, dark green kind of look. And you can see that the glow-in-the-dark pattern is much bigger in this one. I don't know if you can really get a good sense of the color, though. If I hold it up, I don't know if this is actually even, if you're seeing the black and green color here, but it's got a really nice color, and this is a lot thicker than when it's going to be finished, so, you know, when it's finished and polished, you'll be able to see that black and green color really well. Anyway, that's just a few of the things that I got. We'll talk more about the new materials and everything as I get more into work, and I'll have more time to do work coming up. But everybody is crazy about Moonglow, and these are Moonglow pieces right here. And Moonglow is great stuff. I personally like to work with Kirinite. Kirinite, I think, is a great material. It's a lot less expensive than Moonglow, and it has some different options. I've debated with people, though. Not so much debated, but the questions come up, well, is Moonglow better? You know, Moonglow has this reputation of being like this super bright glowing stuff. So I figured I just was going to do a side-by-side, like a quick test. Let's put Moonglow next to the Kirinite glow-in-the-dark material, and let's really see, is there a difference? Maybe it's the same stuff. Maybe one really is better, because a set of Moonglow scales, just to get the scales raw material, you're looking at, like, for real, about 50 bucks. To buy a set of scales. So if you're going to have custom work done in Moonglow, you can expect to pay a whole lot. For a little less than half the price, you can get the Kirinite glow-in-the-dark scales. And, you know, if you can obviously get cheaper when you buy in volume, when you get like a whole sheet, which is what I like to do, and then just cut it down yourself. But Kirinite has some other options that the Moonglow doesn't. Moonglow basically comes in this glow-in-the-dark. Right? That's it. The standard, like, looks white in the light and glows green. Just to tell them apart while we're looking at them, if you look close, you can see that the Moonglow has more of a whiter, pale look in the daylight than the Kirinite does, right? Kirinite has that green tint to it right there. Kirinite comes in 4 different glow-in-the-dark colors, though. You've got your standard kind of whitish, pale, glows green. They've got a neon green in daylight and then glows green in the dark. This has some tape and stuff on it from when it was packed up, sorry. But they've got their neon green, and I think they call it the Starlight. They've got their bluish color, which is just a very pale white in daylight. The problem is the blue doesn't glow as bright, and it was explained to me once upon a time, just like blue lasers are not as bright as green lasers with wavelength, whatever. It looks really nice, but it doesn't glow nearly as bright as green. And Kirinite also has a purple glow in the dark, which I can never get my hands on because it's constantly out of stock. I love this. This is so cool. So real quick, just looking at them, in terms of durability, they're all kind of resin materials. So you're not getting a whole lot more durability with Moonglow than the Kirinite, right? They both offer basically the same in terms of strength, same feel. In fact, you know, it would appear to be just the same material if you didn't know what you were looking for, right? I mean, there's no difference there. Same tensile strength it feels like and everything. I'm not going to test it. But they're basically both a resin plastic. Does one glow brighter than another? Well, I don't know. So here's what I'm going to do, just to give it the maximum effect. I'm going to take one of each of these scales. I'm also going to take these just because I really want to test out what their glowingness does. Now, you know, I'm always saying that the very best way to charge up glow-in-the-dark stuff is to bring it in actual bright sunlight and then let it go. Well, the very best way to really see what it does is with a black light. So I'm going to take these into a dark room, which is my guest bathroom. It's the only room in the house with no windows. I'm going to set up a black light so we can see how bright they glow under the actual UV black light, right? Then I'm just going to set the camera up and I'm going to turn the black light off and I'm going to let the camera record for about an hour as the glow dissipates. And then, of course, you know, I'll fast forward. I'll play it at like 32 times speed. You know, we look at it. But we'll see after an hour or so how the glow looks, you know, what fades faster. And then we'll really be able to see, is the price for the Moonglow really worth paying when you could get the Kirinite for a lot cheaper? I don't know. I have no pony in this race, you know, like I'm wondering myself. I find that working with Kirinite is a little bit easier. It's a little bit softer material when it comes to machining it. So I enjoy working with it, but let's go ahead and let's get set up inside and see how it turns out. Okay, so we're in a darkened room here with the black light. And we are just gonna run this over everything to get it nice and bright. Let's just take a look at how these pieces look really cool with the glow-in-the-dark ribbon in it. That's gonna look really awesome on a scale of some kind. But anyway, that's not what we're here for. So, we've got these nice and charged up. Specifically, we're looking at these two, the Kirinite versus the, specifically we're looking at these two, the Moonglow versus the Kirinite regular pieces, right? But also these, okay? So now let's switch off. The blue just does not glow bright at all, unfortunately. So if you take a look, I don't know, do you guys see a difference here in the glow? I definitely see less brightness with the neon green, but you also get that neon green color in daylight, which is kind of the trade-off. The blue, of course, much duller. Looking at it in real life, you know, not in the camera, because the camera picks up all the light, it's much duller glow than the other two. Sorry, the other three. But I'm just going to leave this going now and let it record for a while. And we'll see kind of how the glow dissipates over time and see if one or the other kind of holds on to that brightness better than the others. I guess you can see a difference with the Moonglow. So for long term, I guess Moonglow does give you a little bit more. But the Kirinite pieces are still, they've kind of evened out together. I'm amazed you can still see the blue. On camera anyway. In real life, the blue is so very faint. If I move them away from the green pieces, you can see them a lot better. But that blue still has a nice little bit of a glow. And even whatever these are, it's hard to see with the background of the other pieces, but the glow-in-the-dark element in these are still glowing. Pretty nice. So, there is a bit of a difference in the glow. I don't think it's that much, but it's noticeable. So you can see the difference there. Camera's having a little bit of trouble focusing in the dark. It's not a huge difference. It's really not. But I guess it's if you're willing to pay kind of twice the price for materials for the Moonglow, you get just a little brighter for just a little bit longer. Well, looking at that, you can take that for what it's worth. I guess the Moonglow did have a little bit over time of a slightly brighter glow. I don't know if it was so dramatic that it would be worth the, extra price that Moonglow costs. I guess that's all up to you. I mean, if you're paying for the work and you're paying for the material, you can be the judge of that. The reason that I didn't run for the full hour is because, at the 45-minute mark, it was just, you could barely see the glow anyway on the camera. Now, in real life, it was weird. As I was looking at the camera screen on the video camera, everything looked bright. I guess on the actual video that came out, it didn't look that bright at all. But in real life, it looked brighter than it showed up on the video itself. In my opinion, in real life, there was almost no difference between these two pieces. It's just kind of weird how the blue in real life, I could barely see it glowing at all. And on this video screen of the camera, I could see it pretty brightly. On the video itself, whatever, I guess we could also barely see it. On the video screen, both of these pieces looked a lot brighter than it looked on the video that finally came out. In real life, it looked more dim, but in real life, again, I could see barely any difference whatsoever. But in the video, there is a noticeable difference between the Moonglow piece on top and the Kirinite piece here on the bottom. So, I mean, this is the kind of thing where if you're really interested, I guess you'd have to do a test yourself. But I just, some people were curious. I was curious. I figured I'd put a video together. So, is Moonglow really worth the, more than double the price of Kirinite? I don't know. Once again, it's up to you. I guess in a way you're also paying for the name Moonglow on your scale, on your knife, whatever it is that you're putting it on. I wish I had a piece of the purple Kirinite just to see what it looked like, because I'm dying to see that in real life. And one day I am going to get a piece. It's not going to be all sold out, and I'm going to be able to use it. That's going to wrap it up for this video. For the folks that were expecting stuff from me that it didn't show up, I've worked out some replacement things. So you should all expect an email from me with a tracking number today, tomorrow, with stuff on the way. And I hope you'll be happy with that. Otherwise, I'm going to go and get this all edited up and put this online, and I'll be back again real soon.